Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing tonight? So I just got off the phone talking to a friend of mine, and we were talking about all kinds of really scary stuff. And then I was like, okay, I'm gonna start vlogging now when I got off the phone. And I'm on this country road, right? And I'm like, there's not really anywhere to pull over because I'm going to adjust the camera. And so, I'm like driving along, and all of a sudden, like right before I turned onto this other road, there's this car at like the end of this like really long like driveway, right? Like this driveway goes up into this house and you can't really see the house. And there's like this car parked there at the end of the driveway. And so when I go by, I mean, it's late, you guys. There's nobody outside, or there's nobody out, you know, parking on the side of the road doing stuff. So when I drove by it, I like looked over at the car, and the guy was literally like this. Like he like stared a hole through me, and I was like, what is going on? And it's so scary because so then I pull on this road, right? And I look behind me before I did, and I don't see him or anything like that. But then like as soon as I turned on to this road that I'm on right now, this country road, which now it's not, it's like out of the country area of it. But when I first pulled on it way back there, and I'm totally in silence, right? I'm not listening to music or audiobook or anything. All of a sudden, like, oh, I probably got like a half a mile, and then all of a sudden I see this car pull on to the street like real slow, and I was like, oh my God, is this guy following me? I got like totally like freaked out. So yeah, that's been my evening of trying to attempt to start the vlog so far. So I was like over here like, is my door locked? You know, it's weird when you read like a lot of true crime books and like how things happen and how they go down, and then you are aware of that, right? And you're like, you know, they're basically like, they sit and they like watch people and stuff, and then you're like, oh my God, you know, like, you know, it's interesting because I hurt my finger yesterday. I like slammed it in the middle, you know, like those folding tables, like we have like these little, it looks like a TV tray like my grandma used to have, but it's like all black, like a computer desk. I got it at Walmart for us, like when we're eating and stuff sometimes. Or if I'm like on the front porch and I'm like doing stuff on the computer, I use it for that. Or if I'm watching, you know, Netflix or something, or a movie or whatever, out on the front porch, I use it. Well, I opened it yesterday and I like caught my finger in it. It hurts. So I was like, please do not let my fingernail be damaged or anything. And it's not, but my finger hurts so bad from it. So anyway, you know, I read this statistic, and I don't remember where I read it, but I got it wrong the first time. It said that at any given time, I thought the statistic said anywhere in the world there were 1,000 active serial killers, but that statistic was wrong. And I think I read it on like a Reddit thread. I was looking up some article and I can't remember what it was. But it said, at any given time, there are, I think it was 50 to 100 active serial killers. And then it was talking about, I think I talked about it on here. Was it 20 to 50 or was it 50 to 100? I can't remember. But it was like the chances that you like come in contact with one and all this kind of stuff, and it was really scary, you know? And it was like, I don't know, like, you think about the fact that, well, like, how would we not know? Like, you would hear it in the news all the time, but this happened, or that happened, or this happened, or whatever. But if you think about all of the missing people out there, you know, I'm sure there's a lot of the missing people account for situations like that. Scary to think about. So, what did I do? Got up today, went and picked up some FedEx packages, got, Tati sent me the Tati Beauty, so I got that today. I was really excited to get that. It was really nice. And then, what else did I get? I got an invitation to Jaclyn Hill's Halloween party. I thought it was actually really nice. I saw some, like, it was interesting because I think she invited all the drama channels, or like the majority of the drama channels. But when I got the invitation, I was like, oh my God, this is crazy. And I think it's very sweet. I mean, she didn't have to do that to any of us, you know. I mean, it's not like, you know. Anyway, I think it's really nice that she actually even, you know, did that. It was just like, let's just have some fun and whatever. Anyway, that happened. That was a little surreal. And then, what else? I went and got coffee, went and got that. I'm supposed to be filming the video with Josh tomorrow. When I went through Starbucks today, he was like, are we filming tomorrow? I was like, do you want to? He's like, yeah, I'm excited. And I was like, okay. I said, I'm getting my hair cut tomorrow, and then afterwards, we'll meet up, and then we'll do it then. He goes, okay, I'm really excited. I said, okay, good. So we're gonna do that tomorrow. I think I'm gonna see if he wants to do a couple of them. And so we'll, tomorrow will just be kind of like the first one. So, yeah, so there was that, and then I went to the mall, and I went to Bath & Body Works. I was going to, I was gonna just go to Meijer and get, which these are two different Meijers. I was gonna go to Meijer and I was gonna get the Mrs. Meyer's, like a bunch of like her cleaning supplies, because, you know, hers, well, the brands, because I love that Mrs. Meyer stuff, and I was gonna get it, and I was gonna do that on my review channel today. It's like my favorite cleaning supplies. Although I will say there's some things I don't like of the Mrs. Meyer's, like the dryer sheets. I would never suggest those. I think they're horrible. And there was something else that I didn't love. I can't remember what it was. I got the Acorn Spice. I have to say, it's not my favorite scent I've ever had of the Mrs. Meyer's. I really like the Lemon Verbena. I love the lavender. The lavender is fantastic. But, you know, in the fall, you want kind of a fall scent. I got the apple, I think it's apple cider. I got the hand soap. We have it in the bathroom upstairs. But I was kind of like, I think I want something a little bit more clean or fallsy for the kitchen, and I didn't know if I wanted it to smell necessarily like apples. Now I wish I had gotten the multi-purpose cleaner that was apple, but I got the Acorn Spice instead, as I thought it would just be a little bit, you know, less. But like the Lemon Verbena just is such a citrusy clean smell. I love that. So anyway, but I went to Bath & Body Works instead. I had to walk all the way through the mall to get there. I do not love going to the mall. And it's like right in the middle of the mall. And I got there and the gates were pulled down. And I was like, are you kidding me? I came all the way in here and the gates are pulled down. But then I got up close and it's like the White Barn Candle Company, that entrance was open and it just said the gate wasn't working. So I went to the White Barn Candle Company. I asked the woman that worked there, I said, now, is this like Bath & Body Works or is this just the White Barn Candle Company? And she goes, no, we're Bath & Body Works. And I said, okay. So I bought a ton of candles and plug-in and then some hand soap and stuff like that. It was really fun. I did that. And then, what did I do after that? I had a sobriety thing I had to do, so I headed over to that, and that was from like 5 to 7. And then after that, Alex texted me right as I was getting done with that, and asked me if I wanted to go out to dinner, because he was like, Sarah was asking if we're doing anything for dinner, so I was like, yeah, sure, let's go out to dinner with Sarah. So he was like, well, are you coming home first? What are you doing? What do you want to do? And I said, I wanted to make some videos, and even though it was late, and I was like, well, I'm gonna run home, and then I want to do this review video, this haul of all the stuff that I bought from Bath & Body Works, because I want to start using it. So I wanted to film the video so I could start like using the candles and stuff. And then I was like, and then I want to film this drama video because I want to show this Tati Beauty, because I thought it was really sweet that she sent it to me. And so I did that. I said I'm coming home to do that. He was doing all kinds of laundry. So he was down in the basement folding laundry and doing stuff, and while I was filming those videos. And then we met up with Sarah at Cheesecake Factory to eat dinner. and we had a really good time. We were there for a long time. We were there for like an hour and a half or 2 hours. It just was really nice. It was just really relaxed. Oh. And so Tanya had been calling me and texting me, and I thought she maybe wanted to go get a fountain pop. So I texted her when I left. I was like, do you want to get a fountain pop? She's like, no, I'm cold. It's cold. I'm in for the evening. It's really not as cold tonight as it's been. It's 54, which I thought was kind of funny, but I'm going to go get it. I think I'm going to go get a Diet Coke right now. I might get a Dr. Pepper. I probably shouldn't, though. Oh, hell, what does it matter? Anyway, so I went to, so then after dinner we came home and I had the Impossible Burger. It was delicious with fries. Alex had off the Skinny menu. They're so good, both of them. He had the white chicken chili, and Sarah had this salad called like the wellness salad or something. She said it was pretty good. She's like, you should try it next time. I'm like, yeah, I don't really get salads when I go out to dinner. Although Cheesecake Factory used to have this salad that was called the Boston House salad. I loved it. I used to always get it. I think I would get it like a side salad and then like a grilled cheese. Oh, no. Back in the day, I used to always eat the chicken salad sandwich from, I used to love chicken salad sandwiches. I can't even smell them anymore. People ask me like things that have changed since I've been a vegetarian. That actually changed between the first time I was a vegetarian and this time. I don't know what happened, but, and I've told this story on here, I think before, but like we went to go eat brunch one day and I literally like every Sunday at Pat a Shoe, I would get the chicken salad sandwich. They had great chicken salad. And I'll never forget this one time we went there. It was the last time I've ever had chicken salad in my life. And I don't care. I could go back tomorrow and full on eat meat. I mean, I'm not going to, but I could, and I would not eat chicken salad again. I'm like done with chicken salad for the rest of my life, which is, I loved chicken salad. I mean, my stepmom, oh my God, my stepmom and my mom both made, like my mom made really great, I don't like fish, but my mom made tuna fish salad sandwiches, and for some reason I liked that when I was a kid. She would make it with like those little, is it called gherkins or jerkins? Those little pickles, she called them jerkins. And then, you know, all kinds of stuff in it, and they were really good. And my stepmom makes great chicken salad. And I just was, my stepmom used to put like pecans and grapes in it. It was really good. I feel like maybe kind of like cranberries or something too, but that doesn't feel right. Maybe I ate that at some restaurant. Anyway, we were at Pat a Shoe, and this was when I had stopped being a vegetarian the first time. You know, like when we first met. And I got a chicken salad sandwich, and I was sitting there eating it with chips and stuff. And I don't know what it was, but I just, all of a sudden, like I bit into it and I smelled it and it just was wrong. And I remember looking at the sandwich, like I literally looked at the sandwich and it looked pink to me. Like it looked pink. And I remember showing it to Alex and I said, does this look pink to you? And he goes, no. And I was like, this doesn't look like gamey. And whenever I say that to people either know what I'm talking about or they don't know. Like gamey means like just shot, you know, like just like the bird was just kind of like killed kind of thing. And I go, it doesn't seem like gamey to you? And he was like, no, it looks completely fine to me, Peter. And I was like, I can't do this. And I remember the waitress came over, she was real nice, and she was like, are you not gonna eat it? I was like, I can't eat it. And she's like, is there something wrong with it? And I was like, no. I said, and ever since then, even when I wasn't, even long before I was a vegetarian, I could not do chicken salad. I was like done that day. I don't know what it was. I just was completely done that day with chicken salad. Now I could still eat like chicken breasts. I could eat chicken fingers. I could eat chicken nuggets. I could do all that. But I do have to say, like, this was the weird thing that towards the end, and I don't really hear people say this a lot, so I don't know why it is for me, but towards the end, like looking back, I didn't have as big of an issue with red meat as I did with chicken. Like, I had a harder time eating chicken at the end than I did red meat. Like, I could eat a steak and I could eat a cheeseburger or whatever, and I could completely disassociate, you know, the fact that it was, even turkey was kind of hard for me at the end, that I could completely disassociate it from like seeing like, you know, that it came from a cow. But like Tanya the other day, we were talking and she said something about, she asked me something about being a vegetarian. And then she said something about how she's been buying, like, what kind of meat did she say? She said like bison or something. And maybe that's wrong. I don't know. I don't know what she said, but something that, and she said, it's so much better. And I said, I just can't. Like, I visualize it in my head. And I just, like, that's where I go now. It's like, I really visualize, you know, the animal behind. It's just weird to me. It's like, I don't even really, like, on a daily basis anymore, ever think about being a vegetarian. Like, I just really don't. Like, if I'm at a restaurant, like, I pretty quickly just kind of, like, scan what my options are. But I'm not, like, really, like, cognizant on a daily basis of, like, okay, Peter, like, you're a vegetarian now. It's weird. It's almost kind of like sobriety. It's like, I mean, not a day goes by where I don't think about being in recovery, but that's because I talk about recovery all the time to my friends and, you know, whatever, if I'm, like, going to a meeting or I have, like, some commitment that I have to do or something like that, right? So I don't forget that I'm in, like, sobriety, the same way that I don't forget that I'm a vegetarian when I'm looking at a menu, but, like, I don't wake up and go, oh, I'm a vegetarian, you know? Like, there were, the early days of being a vegetarian, like the first 30 to 60 days, I think, was really hard. Like, I thought about it a lot, you know? I don't think about it that way anymore. I mean, if you've watched my vlog, like the duration of my vlog, there were times where I was like, I don't know that I'm gonna continue to do this. I don't know how I'm gonna do it. Or like, I don't think that anymore. I don't, like, in all honesty at this point, I don't know what it would take for me to go back to eating meat. And I'm not saying that I won't, you know, I'm not going to be one of those people that's going to come on here and start a vegan vegetarian channel and then, like, and I mean, and I don't know, I couldn't name one of these people, to be honest with you, but, like, I think I did a drama video about one of them because people sent me information, I looked into it, but I didn't really even know anything about this girl. But anyway, other than what I, like, put in the video and what, like, people had sent me. But, like, I don't know. Like, I mean, maybe I will be for the rest of my life. Maybe I won't. But, like, today, I don't really know what it would take for me to go back to eating meat. Oh, my God, my battery is going to die. Are you kidding me? But at least I'm about to go to McDonald's so I can pull in there. So, yeah, I don't know. Like, I have no idea, really, you know? I'm finishing my book tonight, so I can't vlog forever because I want to finish my book. I have less than an hour, and I'm finishing my book tonight. I've been, like, putting this book, The Chain. So Mel is reading it now. She's listening to it on Audible, and she's like, I love this book, but I can't listen to it before I go to bed. And it is kind of like anxiety, like, it's just like, it's anxiety, you know? And so, I, like, need to finish this book. Like, I need to finish it and go on to something else. I actually have another book that I want to read. I have, like, 5 books I want to read before Halloween, but that's not going to happen being that it's the 24th. But I want to read The Raven Boys by Maggie Stiefvater because I've said I'm going to read it for, like, the last 3 years and I haven't. And it's, like, been this book that everybody's talked about on BookTube. And then I'm gonna read the book club book, The Iceman Confessions. So that's gonna probably be the last book that I read for the month. I should have read it first. I knew I should have. Because I knew there was gonna be all these books that I wanted to read right around Halloween. And The Iceman Confessions is like 18 hours. So it's not like I can literally finish it in a day, you know what I mean? I mean, even at 2 times speed, that would be 9 hours. Who can listen to 9 hours of a book in a row? I don't know if you can. You're better than me. I can't do that. I purposely brought my other battery and just left it out because I knew that the battery was going to die because I filmed videos on it today. What was I just talking about before I said that with the books? I don't even remember what I was talking about. What if my voice sounded like this all the time? What was I talking about before? I don't even remember. Isn't that crazy? Pull up here. What was I talking about before I said the thing with my battery? can stop it and go back and look. So, okay, I'm back. It kept on being out of focus, and I had to start it over, and like I have to stop it and start it over and stop it and start it over. It was crazy. But I did go back and look and see what I was talking about, and I was talking about being a vegetarian. Now, all I was saying was like, or all I meant to be saying, all I was saying was that if tomorrow I decided that I wasn't gonna be a vegetarian anymore, that I would just come on here and be like, I'm not a vegetarian anymore. But what's really weird to me is, that, can I get a large Diet Coke, please?
108. 108.
Okay, thank you. What's really weird to me is that I don't ever think that. Like, I just don't struggle with it the way that I used to. I struggled with it at first. It was hard. I think it's almost kind of like with changing any habit, though, you know? Do you know the weird thing is? Are you kidding me? I do not have another penny. Here's a penny. And I have so much change in this car. The weird thing is, though, that like the first time I was a vegetarian, I don't remember. Good thing I brought another battery. I don't remember like really struggling to be a vegetarian. I don't really even remember how it started. Like, I don't remember like the early days of it or anything like that. I'm like trying to think back. But I do know that I used to go to Whole Foods a lot. This is like when I was working out all the time, like literally 7 days a week. I was like running and lifting weights. I was really in shape. I was like in the best shape of my entire life. And, well, it was one of the 2 times I was like in really great shape. But I was going to, I also don't remember like worrying a whole lot about things. Like if I would eat something and then I would find out later that it wasn't like 100% like vegetarian, like I wouldn't beat myself up. Like I do think like part of it is hard being like a vegetarian online, because when you're talking about things or whatever, and I have to say people are really nice with me. Like people are really like, they educate me. But I always just try to be really open to it, you know, like gummies, like for a while. Like I did not know like gummy candy when I first started that had gelatin in it and you couldn't eat that. And still to this day when I say that on here, like when I mention that right now, some people will say vegetarians can eat it and other people will say vegetarians cannot eat it. But you know, everything that I've learned, people have educated me on. But I think the difference was, you know, when I was a vegetarian before, I wasn't on YouTube. So I wasn't talking about it. I wasn't talking about what I was eating and things like that, you know? Because I didn't keep such a watchful eye on it. When I would, you know, I would eat something and then I would find out later that it didn't, of course I would avoid it, you know, because I was a vegetarian, so why would I, you know, not want to do that? But I don't remember being like as stringent and as worried, you know, like, okay, does this, does that, does this, you know, whatever, because I'm trying to think of something that like most vegetarians know that there is like meat byproducts. Okay, well, like when I eat fast food now, I typically like always like, because if I say something like, oh, I'm gonna have like fries from such like McDonald's or whatever, people will say, oh, those are fried in like grease that has like beef stock in it, and like this is, and so I get a lot of comments about it, and I'm like, oh, I didn't know that. So now, before like I would go somewhere, I typically try to like Google like, are like the French fries, you know, such and such. I actually read articles that say different things. Some say that McDonald's still are not vegetarian, and I just read an article the other day that said that they switched a long time ago and they are vegetarian, so I don't know. But I haven't gotten fries from McDonald's, and I can't even tell you how long, so. And that's typically what I do, is like with food I don't know, I just avoid it. This room in here is so funny. I wonder if this is like the room where they have like birthday parties at McDonald's or something, because I thought, back in the day, it's like right here I can see it. It says, there's like, I won't show you, but because all you're gonna see is like 2.5 letters. Well, actually 1 letter and 2 halves. Because there's like half an H, a A, and then half a P, and it's like the string going down. You can see it's happy birthday. And when I first started coming through here, it's been up there forever. I thought it was like an employee birthday party or something that they had like earlier that day, because of course I like script all this in my head, you know, of how it happens. And now I'm wondering if that's just like the room that they do birthday parties in or something. Because why would you just keep it up for months on end? I mean, unless you have everybody's birthday in there. I don't know. I'm always wondering about this stuff. But yeah, like, I don't remember it being as, like, this time that I started being a vegetarian, like, I really struggled at the beginning. Like, it was hard. But I don't remember the last time it being like that. It could have been, and I just don't remember. But when I was working out a lot, and I was eating a lot of vegetarian food, I would go to, and not even super healthy either, but I would say in between healthy and unhealthy, I would go to Whole Foods, and I literally every day I was spending $20 to $30 in their deli, and that would be like my whole like meals for like I would get dinner from there, and I would get like, sometimes I would get like an egg salad sandwich. They have like a caprese vegetarian sandwich there. I would get, they have a lot of soups that are vegetarian. They have like their salad bar at Whole Foods, which is called, you know, some people call it Whole Paycheck. Hold on a second.
Hi,
how are you?
good.
Good. Your earrings are pretty. But like their whole salad bar has like vegetarian and vegan options on it. Their salad bar is bomb. It's so incredible. And her whole hands, she must have had hand sanitizer on. I can smell like alcohol like coming through my window. I could smell alcohol a mile away. It smells like that real, like, you know, cleaning alcohol, like it smells like hand sanitizer. I hate the smell of hand sanitizer. I hate it, I hate it, I hate it. But anyway, and then they had these things that, they had these like corn cakes there. Thank you so much. They had these corn cakes there that I would get. And then I would get like couscous and orzo salad. They had like the most incredible salads there. And sometimes I would get like pasta salad and whatever. And the one thing I liked about Whole Foods is that they always knew like what was vegan, what was vegetarian. If you asked them, they'd be like, okay, you don't want that, you don't want this, and all this kind of stuff. And I was always very thankful. They were so nice about it too. You know, a lot of people that work there are vegetarian or vegan. So, yeah. So there was that. And, but I also would, my friend in Denver got me started on this. So I ate a lot of those like protein bars, like the serious ones that have like 30 grams of protein in it. So I would go work out, and then this is the second time that I was vegetarian. This is the second time I was in like really good shape. The first time that I was in really good shape, I was eating like breasted chicken, whole grain rice. I would like get a rice steamer and put vegetables in it, and I'd have a peanut butter sandwich and a glass of milk every night. And then I would, anyway, I mean, I ate healthy then too for being a non-vegetarian, but I remember my friend and I, because he like really helped, he had been a vegetarian for a long time, and he really helped motivate and inspire me to be a vegetarian. And like he had a really good friend of his that was like hardcore, and she had been a vegetarian forever. And he was like, he would always laugh and say, girl, she's not a healthy vegetarian. Like, she's eating bags of chips and cookies, you know what I mean? And I would always laugh and stuff, you know, because when we would go out to eat, we would eat pretty healthy stuff, you know, at restaurants. I remember he took me to a couple of vegetarian restaurants. What was that one restaurant we went to? We went to a couple restaurants in Denver. We went to this restaurant called North, and I will never forget. I went with he and his husband, and his husband now is his boyfriend then. And I had this mushroom risotto that was like so good. But they lived like right down the street from this place in Cherry Creek in Denver, and but we would eat so healthy, you know, when we would go out and stuff like that. And I'd say to myself, I'm never going to be that vegetarian. Look at me now, Mom. Oh my God. There's so much construction in Indianapolis. I'm so over it. But the other day, not the other day, a while ago, you know, I always see these pictures of like, you know, people will post on Instagram and stuff like that. I hate that Instagram. It always makes me, Instagram is like the new Pinterest. It just makes me feel bad about my life, you know. People always look so good and they're having the most amazing vacations and everybody's so happy on the Instagram. But anyway, you know, you always see like people like eat, like they take pictures of their real healthy food and all this kind of stuff. I think it was Daniel Prada, actually, Joey Graceffa's boyfriend. He put this picture of like this cereal up, and it was like this granola, and it had like blueberries, and it had like almond, like a big hunking chunk, like a chunk, big hunking chunk, big chunk of like almond butter, and then it was like nuts, and then it was like this certain kind of vanilla almond milk, and then it had honey drizzled all over it. I stood in Whole Foods, not Whole Foods, what's the other place? Not the other, the Whole Foods place. It's even more Whole Foodsy than that, but, shoot, I can't think what it's called. Anyway, I stood in there, first of all, a bag of granola that looked like the granola in that, a thing of almond butter for like $7.99, honey, like organic honey, what is it? Fresh Thyme, that's what that place is called. It's cute in there though. A thing of organic honey, and then like nuts, blueberries, all this stuff, just for a bowl of cereal would have come to about $25, $30, okay? Maybe more, because the almond butter was like $7.99. Then I'm sitting there and I'm adding it up, like the calories, like in my head, and I'm thinking to myself, this bowl of cereal is like 1,000 calories, okay? Like, you have to be like real thin and real active to be eating that way, you know. And I know it's like good fats versus bad fats and all that kind of stuff, but I'm not smart with all that stuff, right? I just know that bowl of cereal looks fantastic. Here's the other thing, right, is that once I've mixed that cereal all together and I've put that vanilla soy milk on it, because I do love those soy milks and those kinds of milks, I do like that. But once you put it on there, then I'm ready for 3 bowls of it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not ready just for one. I'm a quantity eater, not a quality eater. So I want like 3 bowls of it. So then you're talking 3,000 calories just at breakfast, you know? I had somebody say to me the other day, you know, like, portion control. And I'm like, well, okay. Like, duh. Portion control. I'm like, and they're like, just eat until you're full. I'm like, okay, that's the problem. I do. Like tonight, when we were done with eating, the waitress came and she's like, now will you all be having cheesecake? And we're like, no. And I'm thinking, but I could have. But I could. But if I wanted, I could. See, because I'm still hungry. It's bad, even after bread and all that kind of stuff. And I'm looking at Sarah eating this little wispy salad, and I'm thinking to myself, and she's like just picking it apart. I'm like, that salad either sucks and she's acting like it's good. She usually is kind of like she likes to eat like I do. She usually gets the Impossible Burger there. She's not a vegetarian, but like she tries to eat healthier. And so she was eating that salad, just kind of like moving it around in the bowl. I was like, she's like, yeah, you should try it next time. I was like, no thanks, I'm good. But Alex always gets that white chicken chili. It's not like to be healthy, he just loves it. He thinks it tastes so good. My feet hurt tonight, I don't know why. I'll go sleep good, but I have to get up early for this hair appointment tomorrow. It's creeping up on me. I'm like, okay, you need to get home, but I want to finish this book. I want to finish this book tonight. I want to finish this book tonight. But Diet Coke tastes so good. Sent us invitations to Carlitos' birthday party. I cannot believe he is going to be. Is he going to be 8? I think he's going to be 7. But as I'm sitting here saying it, I'm like, maybe he's going to be 8. No, that can't be true. He's in 1st grade. 7. 8, 9, 10. No, he'll be 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. He's 3 years older than Sebastian, and Sebastian will be 4. Yeah. So, he'll be 7. Seems crazy to me. I remember when they came for the very first time, and we were all sitting upstairs in Alex's mom's like hallway. Like she has like, when you walk up the stairs, there's like this little, like play game area. They have like a couch and a big TV and stuff, and then like the bedrooms and the bathroom are all off of that. There's like, well, now Carlos lives there, but there's 1, 2, 3 bedrooms, and then the master bedroom, and then there's a bathroom too. There's 4 bedrooms upstairs. So I remember we were like, it was late at night, like they got in really late, and when they came, and it was like Christmas time, and so Carlitos would have been like a year and a month, and I don't know his exact birthday. That's horrible, isn't it? I should. But anyway, and I remember it was like snowing outside, and like they were so excited. Like Liliana was so excited to see the snow and stuff. And it was snowing really. Okay, no, that must have been. It would have been closer to, they came for Thanksgiving and stayed through Christmas, because we went Black Friday shopping that year, all of us together, I remember. And but I remember it was like Fufu and Alex and I, and we're upstairs with like Alex's mom, and like we were sitting in the hallway, and Carlitos was like running up and down the hallway, and he was getting so excited by like seeing all of us, and it was so funny. We still have video of that, I think. he always gets so embarrassed because like Alex and I would take like video because like when he was a little kid, like, well, he's still a little kid, but like when he was like 3 and 4, he would like dance. Like Carlitos has always been a dancer, and like they all say that he like is just like his uncle Alex, but they all call Alex Ale, but they're like, oh, he's just like his uncle because his T.O. because Alex, when he was a little kid, like he danced like that too. Like he was always dancing and stuff, and like when they would have parties and whatever, like Alex was always dancing. And, you know, so like, and back then it's the same as it is now. Like, you know, like they would have these parties and like the kids would be running around the house and dancing to the music would be real loud and stuff like that. You know, it's just real family, and it's still like that. And so we would take these videos of Carlitos dancing, and so now like Alex will pull it out and he'll like show, and he'll be like, Carlitos, look, and it's like of him like dancing in the kitchen and stuff, and Carlitos will be like, who is that? And he's like, that's you, Carlitos, like that's you dancing when you were little. And Carlitos is like, he gets like such a kick out of it. He thinks it's so hilarious. You know, it's strange to say this, but I'm kind of ready for Thanksgiving and Christmas. I don't know why this year. Like, we did the Halloween parties, we did the pumpkin patch, like I've listened to some Halloween books, and I have, you know, watched a lot of Halloween movies so far this year, and I'm just kind of ready for Christmas and Thanksgiving. I'm like ready to get excited about Christmas. I know, isn't that weird? You guys, I just want to show you this really quick, not to creep you out or anything, but like, do you see this cornfield? Like, that cornfield is really high, okay? And let me just show you this road. We are literally, it's like, we're going to pull around in this church here, but scary. Jeepers, creepers, how'd you get those peepers? Creep, shut, peep, shut. How'd you get those eyes? And I think I also know, like, on Halloween, we're going over to Melissa's, and that'll be really, really fun, you know? I need to call Liliana and actually ask her about the kids trick-or-treating. I may not go over there. If they're going to do it really early, like 4 or something. I feel like the kids just trick-or-treat earlier and earlier and earlier every year. And Alex has so much stuff he has to do. He doesn't even get done that night until like 7 or 8, so... That house looked like the house in that movie Insidious. Did you ever see that movie? Oh, that movie was so scary, wasn't it? There's those cornfields again. Cornfields down here too. There's like a house in between the cornfields. Oh, no. I would not be living there. You look out one side, cornfields. You look out the other side, cornfields. I'd be scared to death. No, ma'am. Oh, it's gonna stop. Hold on. I don't know that I could handle that. I get scared enough just driving around with no sound on in my head. Oh my God, this audiobook is like really scaring me, like when I'm listening to it, like on the way home. I think that's why I haven't listened to it as quick as I could, because I like kind of listened to enough of it and I'm like, okay, I can't do it anymore. But speaking of my audiobook, I'm gonna get off here now, and I know this is shorter by like 15 or 20 minutes, well, probably like a half an hour tonight, shorter than, but I'm gonna, because I think I did like 20 minutes until my battery died, and then I just did 23 and a half. So I'm gonna get off here now, and so I can listen to my audiobook and try to get it done tonight. I hope you guys are having an amazing, what is tomorrow? Today's Wednesday, Thursday. Hope you're having an amazing Thursday, unless you have other plans. But like I always say, do not have other plans. Enjoy your day, make the most of it. Do something really fun today. Do something that you'll be proud of down the road when you look back 5 or 10 years from now. You're exchanging a day of your life for today. Don't forget that. And if you're listening to this while you're going to bed, sweet dreams. Dream of good things. And tomorrow is going to be a fantastic day for you. If you're just starting your day, today is going to be a fantastic day for you. Don't forget that life is not a dress rehearsal. This is not a dress rehearsal. To enjoy every moment of it and appreciate the bitter and the sweet of life. And if nobody else has told you this today, I love you. I feel like I left something out of all of that. What is today? Is it Thursday? I always say the same thing every day. Should I switch it up? Should I start switching it up? You guys want me to switch the ending up? I feel like kind of now, like this is my outro and I have to do it the same way. So I feel like I have to do that, but maybe I should switch it up. Anyway, like I said, I hope you guys are having an amazing Thursday today. And, you know, you're exchanging a day of your life for it. Life is fragile and life is short and life is precious. And this is not a dress rehearsal. And if nobody else has told you this today, I love you. Make sure that you look at yourself in the mirror every single day. You validate yourself by saying, you are important. I love you. You have meaning. And do your positive affirmations every day. Practice whatever kind of peaceful, serene things you do, like gratitude lists and affirmations and all those kinds of things. If you do the meditation books and all that, you can do that too. And yeah, I think that's about it. And most importantly, make sure that you pass it on to somebody else and let them know how important they are to you. And we got to tell somebody each and every day how important they are so we can pass on the love and live our lives with intention, compassion, and kindness. I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Love ya! Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing tonight? Well, I did it again. I slept straight through the night. It is currently 6:08 a.m. on Saturday. So this is Friday's vlog. But I feel really rested. So the reason why it's a problem is not so much that I'm getting up at 6 a.m. and filming my vlog, which I'm sure is strange to a lot of people, but it's not strange to me. Actually, I saw my neighbor yesterday, my new neighbor that moved in. She was like, "You have kind of crazy hours." And I said, "Yeah." And she knew that I like make videos for YouTube. And I was explaining to her what I do, and I said, you know, sometimes I like to go to sleep with Alex, and so like I'll go to sleep with Alex, and then I'll wake up and be like, oh my god, I forgot, you know, I still have to go vlog, and so I'll go outside and I'll vlog and whatever. And she was like, that's so much fun that you get to do that. And I was like, yeah, I love it, you know. So anyway, it wouldn't really be a problem today because I would go back home and maybe go back to sleep for a couple hours, although I'm weirdly like awake. And I think the reason is because I literally got 7+ hours of sleep. I slept straight through the night. I mean, I was out. I remember like Alex and he like put his hand across my chest, and we were like talking about today or Saturday, and I turned like, and I was like, good night, babe, love you. And I like turned over and I was out. Like, I don't remember anything after that. And he was on his phone when I told him good night. So, it is cold in Indianapolis. It is 30 degrees. Oh, but the reason why, like, it usually wouldn't matter, but today it does, is because today is Carlitos' birthday party, which is at 2 p.m. And I'm meeting Alex there because he has like work stuff he has to do today. And then I got some water before I left. I was so thirsty for water. You know, and of course I want to make videos and stuff. So we've got to figure out a time to do that because we're apparently going to his birthday party at 2 o'clock. I'm sure that will probably go 2 hours, 3 hours, and then we're supposed to go back over to Carlos and Liliana's for like, to hang out and do like birthday cake or something over there. So it'll end up being this very long deal. Well, I also have my audiobook that I have to listen to. And so my plan had been to really drive around tonight, Saturday night, and listen to like 4 hours of it. That had been my plan, to listen to 4 hours on Saturday night and 4 hours on Friday night, sorry, and 4 hours on Saturday night, and then have the whole thing done. I know there are some people that are like so confused right now, like what day it is and whatever, watching this. It doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. It's like Janis Joplin said, it's all the same effing day, man. But you know, like, I was gonna listen to 4 hours on Friday night. I was gonna get my vlog done early, and then, because that's why I laid down at like 10:30 and something like that, and I was gonna lay down from 10:30 to like 11:30, I think is when I set my alarm, and then get up, and I was gonna vlog from like 11:30 to 12:30, and then I was going to listen to my audiobook till like 4:30 in the morning. And then tonight, I was gonna listen to like another 4 hours throughout the day, and then I'd have the book done. Well, now I've screwed myself because it is the day before the live stream. We may have to move the live stream. I just don't know how I'm possibly gonna get this book done in 24 hours. I don't know. I need to talk to Mel about it today. I mean, it's not like it's a huge ordeal. There's only like 30 people that come to the live stream, which is great. You know, I mean, I've never in a million years thought I'd ever have a book club that had that, you know, 30 to 50 people that attend. Here's my coffee lip balm. There's like 2,000 people that are active, like, well, 2,000 people in the book club. And of course, not everybody reads the book every month, but there's quite a few people that read the book that just don't come to the live stream. I would do the live streams on YouTube since I figured that out. But last time we guested a bunch of people. That water tastes so good. But last time we guested a bunch of people. And I want to be able to do that again, and you cannot do that on YouTube Live anymore. Plus, I can kind of like moderate what's going on a little bit easier. The fact that it's smaller, I don't know, keeps it just a little bit nicer. So, because it doesn't go so fast, you know. So that's supposed to be on Sunday at 4 p.m. I'm gonna have to talk to her today and see what we're gonna do. I don't want to go into it just not having finished the book. I like the book. I just don't know that there's any way that I can possibly get it done. That means I have to listen to 9 hours in 24 hours. I just don't know that there's any possible way that I can get that done. So anyway, but I had kind of planned that on Saturday I wasn't sure that I was going to make videos anyway because of Carlitos' birthday party, and I just kind of wanted to be with family and stuff. So I was like, well, maybe I'll just take the day. But on Friday, because I was so busy, I had like all this sobriety stuff to do on Friday. I was like, I had like this commitment in the early evening, and then I was had to meet with a friend of mine in the afternoon. I was like, well, maybe, but I ended up making videos on Friday. So, okay, what did I do? I got up, and like I said, this vlog, did I say this already? This vlog is not going to be super long. It just can't be, you guys, today, because I have too many things. I'm on my way currently, well, I'm in the direction of, whenever I finish vlogging, I'll probably go in there and do it. I'm in the direction of going to get Carlitos' birthday present. Alex already got him something. He got him a bunch of Spider-Man stuff. Apparently when he was at Target. So Alex got off work yesterday and he went over and picked up Sarah, and then they went to Target and he bought Carlitos' birthday present. He was gonna get it from both of us, but I was like, no, I want to get him something too. So when he was there, he FaceTimed Carlitos and like was showing him stuff, and I was like, well, that makes it real exciting for the kids. So he got him like the Spider-Man stuff. He really wants a remote control car, so I think I'm gonna get him a remote control car is what I'm gonna do. People are up and early at Denny's this morning. So yeah, that's the direction I'm going in. But anyway, what was I gonna say? So this is gonna have to be a short vlog today. I got up on Friday and I'm trying to think of what I did. Oh, like I got up and I took the dogs out, gave PP his medication, and then I had to like leave and get out of the house because I had to go meet up with my friend. And so I went and met up with my friend for coffee. And then I had a bunch of errands to run after that. My day seemed to go so quick because I didn't leave there until like 3, and then I had to be at this recovery commitment thing at 5, and so it was like my day went super fast. I came home in between and I filmed. Did I do it afterwards or before? No, I did it afterwards. After, so like I'm just saying it was like an hour long. It's like an hour and a half long. And then I got home about 6:45 and I filmed a video for my Peter Mon channel, and then I filmed a video for my Peterisms channel. And I wanted to do a review video, but I didn't get to it. And, not enough hours in the day. That's how I feel. was thinking about this yesterday because I announced my book and my Peterisms channel so I'm going to start doing this like every month on my Peterisms channel. I'm going to read a book. There's going to be like, it's like kind of like a read along, not necessarily like a book club, but like a read along. Self-help or motivational book. And so for November, I'm reading The Four Agreements and by Don Miguel Ruiz. I've never read it before. I heard it was fantastic. And, but I was thinking about like how in my life I've had people like criticize me and be like, you're always starting things, you're always like new ideas, and you sometimes like don't like your ideas never, come to fruition, but a lot of times they do, a lot of my ideas that I've started, like a book club or like a vlog or whatever, have taken on a life of their own, or YouTube. When I started doing YouTube on BookTube, that was like when I was committed to like posting regularly. I never thought, I never in a million years thought that it would turn into this, where it literally became my life. I just really had no idea. And that was just 3.5 years ago. So it's crazy how, much your life can change in such a short amount of time. I posted this picture yesterday on my Instagram, and I was like, can't wait to be back. It was like from Miami, and I was like, can't wait to be back in Miami, or be back in Miami next week or something. Will be our second home, hopefully very soon or something. Oh my God, I got so many people from like my personal life that called me and was like, are you moving? Did you not tell us something? Blah, 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 whatever. Like Melissa texted me and she was like, are you moving to Miami? What's going on? I was like, Melissa, we were just at your house last night. Don't you think we would have told you? And, but we have kind of been on the down low looking at houses, and it's been very exciting. We have some areas picked. And we kind of did anyway, that we, like, areas that we were looking at. I would love to be right in South Beach, but that's just not realistic. It's just too expensive. And as much as I like that Brickell area, which is one of the areas that we looked at, I just don't know that we can afford that. Like, I just think, I just don't want to be house poor for a second home, that we're not going to be in all the time. And it's not really in an area that you could Airbnb it. You could, but I don't know that. I don't know. And that's not really what I want to do with a place anyway. Like, if I have my own second place, like, I want to have my own second place that I can go to whenever I want. But, so anyway, yeah, I don't think I really want to say a whole lot more about that right now. But we are seriously starting to look at some places. The other thing is that we would never move completely from Indianapolis. We would go back and forth. PB had a great day today. He was weird. I don't know if maybe it's the weather and now he's used to it or what, but he woke up today, and what is this sandwich called? It says, is it called a Pilgrim? It's like all turkey. The Pilgrim, it is. And it's like, oh, a Thanksgiving feast in every bite, and it's cranberry sauce and turkey, and at the Get Go gas station. They should sponsor my channel, the Get Go, for me sending people to go eat their Thanksgiving feast sandwich. See, that's like something that sounds good if I wasn't a vegetarian. But like turkey almost sounds worse to me though than a cheeseburger, in all honesty. PB did great today. I think he coughed like once the entire day, and he was super active, and he was running around in the backyard. I don't know if maybe he's just, now it's 34 degrees, that's so weird. Maybe he is just used to the weather. I think what happened was the night before I had felt bad for him because he just seemed so hungry, and he doesn't like that food. So I gave him like a huge plate of Boo and Tucker's food, and he literally ate it down in like 2 seconds. And I think it just made him sick. I think like he was like, his little stomach couldn't handle it, and I thought I was doing something right, you know. He just hates that food that he eats. Like, he hates it. Like, tonight we put it down, and he wouldn't eat it. And you know what was so funny was, I stood in the kitchen finally, and I was like, Pee-Pee, I was like, that food is perfectly fine. You need to eat your food, Pee-Pee. And he looked up at me, and then he started eating the food. When I stood right there, he ate it. Like, ate it. And, like, not like just nibbled around it, but like he ate it. But then he did that for like 5 minutes, and then he looked up at me and he like walked away, and like half the plate was left. I was like, damn it, baby. You know, and our vet had always said, she said, I would rather have a lean dog with heart disease than a heavy dog with heart disease. So, you know, she's always happy with his weight, but I don't want him to get thin. Like, I don't want him, you know. And Pee-Pee's never been heavy, and he's never been super thin. So, but he's doing much better today. He was running around the backyard and chasing his brothers, and then I had to, like, he's so funny. At one point, like, Boo and Tucker came inside, and I was like, Pee-Pee. I was like, come on, Pee-Pee, let's go inside. Let's have treats. And he just, like, looked at me. And so I, like, walked inside, and I was, like, doing some other stuff, and I came back out there, because, like, he just walked around the backyard, and I go, Pee-Pee, I go, come on, we gotta have treats, let's go. And he just, like, stopped and looked at me, and then he kept on, like, sniffing the grass. So I let him keep on walking around. I went back out there like 3 or 4 minutes later. And I go, Pee-Pee, I go, you better come on. And he just stopped and looked at me, and I go, okay, I guess no treats then. And he came like running inside. It was so funny. It's so weird, you know, like Alex said to me yesterday, he said, I'm starting to worry that maybe Pee-Pee is starting to wind down. You know, that because like a lot of what we've read, I need to stay off those articles, but like, my vet always tells me that. She's like, every situation is completely different. Do not read articles about that stuff. But, you know, they'll say, oh, dogs with heart disease start to wind down, and they get real lethargic at the end, and they lose their appetite. You know, it's like, so I pick, you know, and choose symptoms that Pee-Pee has and put them all together and basically say, well, it's over, you know. And then I get real worried and real stressed out. And so Alex was like, yesterday, he was like, because Pee-Pee just didn't seem himself at all. And he was like, I think maybe he's starting to wind down. And Alex got real upset. And I was like, oh, I'm not ready for this. You know, I'm just not. I'm not ready for my life to change that drastically, I guess. And, I mean, we don't have any control, you know, over when pets go. I get so many, you know, comments in the comment sections from you guys. It just breaks my heart for you when you're like, oh, my, you know, I lost my dog today, or, and I always feel so horrible for you guys, you know. And I mean, I know it's a part of of life, you know, but so anyway, I was worried I was going to wake up and he was going to be 10 times worse than he had been on Thursday, but that wasn't the case. So he was 100% better, and I was very happy about it. And he's doing good this morning, because right before I left, I took them out, and he just leaped off the bed to go outside, and I took him outside, and then I gave him his morning medicine and stuff, so. Anyway, was singing that Donna song for Alex. I was like, oh, Donna. He was like, I was like, do you know that song? He was like, no. And I'd actually downloaded it like a couple weeks ago, and so I have it like on my iPad, or what do you call it when it's in your phone? Just your iTunes? Is that what you call it? Just your iTunes? I was like, here, I'm gonna play it for you. He was not impressed, and I was standing up and I was like swaying it, and I was using it as like a microphone, and I had a girl and I was her name. But my favorite part of this song, what's my favorite part? Well, it's not till the very end. I didn't realize it till I was listening to the song. It's like the last 30 seconds. So then I was like, do you know Richie Valens? And he was like, didn't he die in a plane? And I go, is that all you know, about Richie Valens? And he goes, well, what do you know? And I go, didn't you see the movie? And he goes, what movie? And then I couldn't remember what the movie was called, you guys, and I had to like look it up. And I couldn't remember it, and I looked up Richie Valens movies. Well, apparently, to my idiocy, Richie Valens was like in a ton of movies, like in the 50s or 60s or whatever, you know, like Elvis was. And so it pulled up all of those movies, and I was like, what was that? And then all of a sudden it pulled up Lou Diamond Phillips' picture, and I was like, yes, Lou Diamond Phillips, that's who it is. And it was La Bamba, and I had totally forgot that it was da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da, la-la-la-la-la-la Bamba. So I said to Alex, this is truly what it is like living with me, just so you know. So for you 14 haters that dislike my video every day, this is what it would be like for you all the time. But anyway, I was like, do you know that movie? And he was like, what movie? And I was like, la 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 Bamba. I know I missed or added a few laws in there. But anyway, I hope I got one of my haters to at least smile just a little bit, because y'all are so bitter. But anyway, better! He said, of course I know that movie. I go, well, you don't know Donna. He goes, well, who's Donna? And I go, Donna was his girlfriend in the movie. He goes, he died in a plane accident. I go, I know he died in a plane accident, Alex, but he had a girlfriend, her name was Donna, and he wrote a song for her. Was she his wife or something? I can see her in the movie. Whatever happened to Lou Diamond Phillips? So Alex and I tonight, I got done with my videos. He came home. I did not start my diet today. I'm sure it's a real surprise to people, and I'm real let down over it. But anyway, I was like, well, maybe Monday. Anyway, maybe Monday in June. I mean, it's just a joke, isn't it? So anyway, I got food, not healthy food either. I got Burger King. And so anyway, and sat there and ate, and he had all this chili, and we watched both episodes, the last 2 episodes of American Horror Story that we hadn't watched. It's so still on the, I was at the end and didn't even know it. It's so still on the lake this morning. But we watched both episodes of American Horror Story that we hadn't seen, and yeah, it was good. I might have gotten Burger King and a Crunchwrap Supreme. A black bean Crunchwrap Supreme. And my husband might have had several bowls of chili and 2 cookies from Melissa's. Look, it was Friday night. Anyway. So, yeah, so we watched American Horror Story. I'm trying to think what the episodes were. They were good. It just doesn't seem very cohesive to me this season. I'll have to say, this is one of the seasons, American Horror Story. It's called 1984 if you're not watching it. And it's basically like modeled after like 80s horror movie, of which you know I love. And like, I was really excited about it when it started, and I'm not excited about it now. Like, it's okay. Like, I enjoy watching it, and I enjoy it. I enjoy having a show together that Alex and I watch. He really doesn't like the season, and but I'm just not that excited about it. I just don't think it's that good. I find myself talking about other stuff. Like, we were sitting there, we both love Billie Lourdes, I think is her name. And so he was like, he said something about her tonight. And I said, I love her. I said, she's fantastic. She was in Scream Queens too. And he was like, she just came out of nowhere. And I said, she's one of the richest women in Hollywood. And he goes, what? And I go, she's one of the richest women in Hollywood. And he said, we have this argument every time, he forgets who she is. And he goes, from doing Scream Queens in this show, no, she's not. And I go, her mother was Carrie Fisher, and her grandma was Debbie Reynolds. I don't know why I can always never remember it's Debbie Reynolds. And I said, I think she and her brother split the inheritance or something like that. Or she and Carrie Fisher's brother split the inheritance or something like that. And he was like, really? And I was like, yeah. I go, Carrie Fisher, Princess Leia from Star Wars. He's like, I know. He was so cute tonight. Alex had all the dogs around him. But then because all the dogs, Boo and Tucker were like right together. It was so cute. But because so he sits down and then he puts the blanket over his lap. And then the dogs like all sit on the blanket around him. But then he thinks that is a reason to have me go get him things. So he was like, I have some sprees in there. But he said they were sweet tarts. He was like, I have some sweet tarts in there. Can you get those for me? And I went in there. And I was like, you mean sprees? He was like, yeah, sprees. Can you give me my sprees? I was like, yeah, sure. Then he was like, can you give me another blanket? Like, is there anything else you want me to do? Because you can't get up. He's like, I have the dogs. He kept on going, I have the dogs. Oh, man. I met a girl. Oh, that's my favorite part where it goes, oh, Jana. But that's at the very end, in case you want to know. It's like literally in the last 30 seconds. We went to a friend's house the other night that's like up the street, and we came from the other way, like down here, coming this way, and I never go down there. Like, I always turn around in this church, which is like out in the middle of nowhere anyway. If you live in Indianapolis, I'm in Oak Landon right now, which I have no reason to drive to Oak Landon, right? It's kind of out in the middle of nowhere. So, but it's like the backside of Geist, which is where I grew up. So if you go down here, there's like a gas station and like strip malls and stuff like that. So we came from that direction and we were going over here, and Alex said something about where, he goes, oh, I know where we are now. He was like, you know, me and so-and-so used to go to lunch over here all the time because Alex used to do a bunch of work stuff over here. And I was like, oh yeah. And all of a sudden we passed this church and I was like, that's that church that I turn around in all the time. It's at 800. The street is 800. Like 800 North or something. I can't see what it says. 800 Northwest or something. And I thought it said Boo on it. I was like, oh my God, it's Boo Street. That's so hilarious. And all of the corn is gone out here. Whenever I tell Alex that, like, I'll be like, oh yeah, I vlog out here. And he'll be like, you vlog out here? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, you come out all the way out here and vlog. And I'm like, yeah, where do you think I vlog? Around our neighborhood? Like 200 times or something? I just got the biggest craving for a Dr. Pepper. I don't even know why. Doesn't that sound so good though right now, a Dr. Pepper? You're probably like, no. Why would you just randomly think of that? Because I do. It sounds delicious to me. I want to get a bunch of Christmas candles and Christmas stuff. I don't know when I want to put up the Christmas decorations this year. Well, really, it's just my little tree. But I might buy some other things this year and put it up too. But I don't want the house to be too cluttered. Although the other day I said to Alex, did he bring it up or did I bring it up? Because we were talking about getting new sheets. I love that comforter. I love so much. We might need to get like another one in a different color or something, so that when we clean them, we can just put the new one on. But he said, I was thinking about getting some new sheets, and I said, do you want to get another pair of sheets? Because I really liked that brand of jersey sheets I got. And that's what I meant. And he was like, yeah, do you want to get flannel? And I go, flannel? And he was like, I haven't had flannel sheets in forever, but I like flannel looking sheets that are jersey, you know? And he was like, yeah, you know, and because I had said to him, I said to him like a month or two ago, like, could we get some flannel sheets? So I like how they look, and I think they're cute and masculine and stuff. And he was like, yeah, he was like, we can get some flannel sheets. And then the other day he like mentioned it. He was like, are we going to get the flannel sheets? And I was like, well, we can. I can't believe that, like, I don't know what just made me think of this, that like every day of my dad's life, like he's been up for like 2 hours already. Like I know if I went to my dad's house right now, like he would have like read the newspaper, had like his first 2 cups of coffee for the day, and be like completely showered and dressed for the day, even on a Saturday. My dad was never like the type that, like, when he went into work, my dad is a super sharp dresser. And when I was a kid, he went to Chicago and he got his suits from this store called Mark Shale in Chicago. And my dad always wore the coolest suits. Like, in the winter, I just remember he had the most beautiful suits, and they were like, you know, all these tweeds and, you know, and then he would have just really pretty ties, and he always just looked like a college professor, you know, at Yale or something like that. And he wears little round rim glasses and stuff. And so anyway, my dad, my dad loves clothes, and he's just, but like those kind of clothes, you know, he's just a sharp dresser. But you know how like some people, like I can remember like when I was talking to Caroline, my cousin Caroline, about her dad, my Uncle Dave, and she would say, you know, Dad every day, no matter what, gets up and he puts on like khakis and like a button-down collared shirt, you know? Well, that is not my dad. That is not my dad. My dad is very much, like he gets up every day and takes a shower. He like gets up, reads the paper. My dad reads like every day, like the Wall Street Journal, the New York Times, every single day. And drinks his coffee, and then probably reads some other book. My dad's always reading some obscure book about something that you would never, he goes to the bookstore and he buys like, he only reads nonfiction, and he buys like, you know, 5 or 10 books on topics that you have never heard of before about things. He just reads everything random. So when we go and see him, he's always telling us about, you know, something completely random about like, this religious organization, you know, in this island that nobody's ever heard of. Not religious organization, but religious group or whatever, you know, or it'll be about a certain way to like, you know, make tea, or some animal that's extinct or something. He's always reading about all these like just really random things. But anyway, but like on the weekends, my dad would get up, you know, and he would, showered and ready, but he would always just like in the summer, you know, put on like shorts and a t-shirt. My dad always, so this idea of me collecting t-shirts wherever I go, my dad did it. And it wasn't so much like a thing that he collected. I wouldn't say that he collected them. He just always bought t-shirts wherever he went. So like, you know, my entire childhood was filled with my dad. My dad has worn Patagonia since I can remember. And he always would wear these like grayish khaki Patagonia shorts that were kind of like mid-thigh, but they were like sailor shorts, because my dad always was on a boat, and because he had his own sailboat, and then he just was always on sailboats. He did like a lot of like medical missionary work on sailboats and stuff like that. So then he would have a t-shirt on top of it that would say like Honduras or, St. Thomas or something. He had all these t-shirts, mostly from like the Caribbean, that he would wear. And that he would get grabbed in the airport or whatever, or some bar that, like restaurant, like in these places. My dad was like such a cool guy. He, and he was single for a long time too, and he really enjoyed, I think, being single. And he enjoys being with my stepmom, but I think the time that he was single, he enjoyed it, because every winter, it would scare my mom to death. This was after they were separated, but he would go to Banff, Alberta, Canada. I think that's correct. And he would hike in the Canadian Rockies by himself. I have several t-shirts from when I was a kid that said Banff on them, and he did too. But he would hike there when he was a kid, or when I was a kid, by himself. He would go up there for like 2 or 3 weeks. He actually dated this girl for a while that he met up there, and she was from Australia. She was from New Zealand, and she was like one of the editors on the movie The Man from Snowy River. But anyway, she was like a world traveler. That was before like people just had like a backpack and traveled, I remember. He was so excited. She came to like visit. She stayed for like an extended period of time, and we like watched that movie, which I don't think I ever really understood. But anyway, and at the very end, her name was in the credits. But my dad, that was when he did a lot of traveling like that. That's when he did like a lot of the medical work, like in Honduras and places like that. My mom would be like, I can't believe that he's taking all these risks. That was when he went to the US Open. So, okay. My dad, so I come from a big tennis family. Like, my family loves tennis. So my dad went to the US Open one year, but he wanted to get like courtside. So he made up these, he bought a huge, my dad loves cameras, he always has. And so he had just bought this brand new Nikon camera, I think it was. And he had this like huge, what do you call it? Like neck thing. It was like this big, And it was like one of these, it was like, this is in the 70s. This was like 78, right? And it was like, it looked like a camera strap, but that was like woven, like hippie woven, you know what I mean? It was very artsy and colorful. And he like grew a beard out so that he looked like just some like random photographer that was like, and then he had these like jean cutoff shorts on, and like he has pictures of himself at his house, like, okay, and like these huge tube socks pulled up, and then he had on like just some t-shirt that said like St. Thomas or something on it, and he went with this huge camera, and he literally, I mean, this is back in the day, like today you couldn't do it probably, but he made this like I can't, like Sports Illustrated or something like that. He made a press pass and laminated it. He laminated it and everything, and he went there and got courtside and literally got pictures of these guys courtside and at the US Open in New York City, and has pictures of him like, down on one like, knee like this, like taking pictures and stuff that people took of him. That's so funny that my dad did that. My dad is somebody that is like totally unafraid. Like he is unafraid and really, and we talk a lot about this word unbothered. Like he is really unbothered. Like It's funny how it has changed for him though over time. Like when I was younger, you know, like he would get really incensed is not really the word, but like, you know, if you told him something, he would get kind of heated about it. Not really heated, but like, okay, this isn't okay, and blah, blah, blah. He just isn't like that today. Like, if you tell him something, you know, he's just like, he just kind of laughs, you know, he's like, okay, you know, like, he just doesn't give things any time or energy that he doesn't care about. If that makes sense. Like, he loves his dog, he loves my stepmom, he loves me, he loves Alex, he loves the house, he loves being on the water, he loves his work. Other than that, he loves to read, he loves to travel. Other than that, he doesn't pay it a whole lot of attention. He just doesn't, you know? My jaw is hurting, I don't know why. Boo Radley is always the last dog to wake up, usually. Well, Pee-Pee has been the last couple days, but Boo Radley usually is. And Tucker's always the first one to wake up. But tonight, Boo Radley, I had to wake him up to take him outside. And Boo Radley was crying while he was dreaming. He was like, you know, running in his sleep. And he was like, Well, it was so cute. What do you think dogs dream of? Do you think they just dream of like running outside or chasing birds or eating snacks? Or when you think about the fact that like our dogs or cats or pets or whatever, they know us, and they kind of recognize probably some people on the street or friends that, or family that we have that come by, and that's the limitation of their world, you know? Although, like, as much as dogs seem to understand, I really think they understand a lot more than we give them credit for. I also think that dogs watch TV. I don't think they understand it, but I think they actually can see images. Like, I was reading something and it said a long time ago, and it said that dogs can't see like the images that are on a TV. And then I read something recently. Is that a new strip mall? What is that? What is that? Oh, I've got to go see what this is. This is a Tide Cleaners drive-through? What is that? I want to go there. I might have to try that for my review channel. But, then I read something recently and it said that dogs do know what is, this is like a brand new thing. It's kind of back here and kind of hard to get to though. That they do know, like when they're watching TV, what they're seeing. Which is funny because like our dogs watch TV. Boo Radley has no clue what's on that TV. But Pee-Pee kind of watches it and he kind of goes like this and watches it, you know? Tide Cleaners. I don't get it. Drive-through entrance. Do you think it's like you drop your clothes off? It's gotta be. I'm gonna look it up because I wanna know. I wanna know if she really loves me. Oh my God, they're everywhere. Dry cleaning and laundry. Wash and fold. Tide Cleaners planning to open 5 indie area franchises. Why can't I get to the article? I don't want to leave a comment. It says you must be logged in to leave a comment. I don't care to be I don't care. I just want to read the article. What's the problem? Tide Cleaners provides personalized washing, folding, dry, cleaning, and alterations. The future of laundry care, brought to you by America's #1 trusted brand. What are people going back to all of that? Like, oh, there's a little dog park in there. How cute is that by that apartment complex? But I will tell you what's funny is, it seems like it was so long ago that we didn't have a washer and dryer. Do you remember that period of time that we didn't have a washer and dryer? And we had to go to the laundromat, which I quite frankly loved going to the laundromat. Nowadays, it seems like, well, I don't right now, because our washer and dryer is so fast that, like, I put a load of wash in, and then I get it done, and then that's it. But it seems like I do a load of wash, like, every single day. I do something. Whether it's towels and linens. Actually, I need to do towels. We have so many towels, though. We don't have so many towels to clean. We have so many towels, period. So, like, we clean them, and then we put them, you know, away. And we have more towels that we bring out, because we always buy towels. It seems like whenever there's like a sale, like on nice towels, like, well, Alex is good about that, about buying towels. I usually buy like the bedding, and he buys towels. So yeah. But I used to, like, always, like, once we got the washer and dryer, I would always have something in the washer or the dryer, and, you know, be like running it. I don't so much. I wonder if that place is open, that Rise place. It's interesting to me that a lot of these, like, brunch places are not open at 5 till 7 on Saturday morning. I'm really kind of surprised by that. I think Patachou's open by now. It's at the end and I didn't know it. I said this was going to be short, and look, it ended up being long. I'm awake now. I don't think that I'm going to be able to go back to bed, which is fine, because then I can just make my videos for the day that I want to make and stuff. But, part of the problem is I don't know what I'm going to make my videos about just yet. Well, I could drive around and listen to my audiobook. God knows I need to do that, so. What is with all this crazy construction? Anyway, I think I'm gonna get off here now and just make this a little bit shorter, and I'll try to vlog longer tomorrow, you guys. Oh my God, this huge detour. What does it say? I'm gonna go this way, because I don't know how to go that way around. But anyway, I'm gonna get off here now, and listen to, I guess, my audiobook. I wanna get a Dr. Pepper. And I've gotta go, oh, I've gotta buy Carlitos' birthday present. I still have to go do that. So anyway, I'm gonna go to the Meijer and do that. I hope you guys are having an amazing Saturday, unless you have other plans. But like I always say, do not have other plans. Enjoy your day, make the most of it. Do something today. Are you kidding me? This road is closed too. I feel like I'm stuck in a Twilight Zone. Anyway, do something today, road closed to through traffic. Do something today that that you're gonna look back on and be proud of, or happy that you did. You're exchanging a day of your life for it. Life is not a dress rehearsal. And make sure that you look in yourself in the mirror. Back up. If nobody else has told you this today, I love you. Make sure that you look at yourself in the mirror every single day and you say to yourself, I love you, you are valuable, you are important. Important. and you allow yourself to know your own self-value and your own self-worth. You gotta start telling ourselves that on a daily basis. And most importantly, make sure that you pass it on to somebody else and let them know that they are important to you. Live your life with compassion, love, and kindness. And I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Love ya!